Episode 14 of The Bad Batch reintroduced a character we haven't seen in a long time. And no, I'm not talking about Gregor. There was another Commando in this episode whose origins can be traced all the way back to the cult classic droid stabbing back to addiction loving game Republic Commando. Stab from 2005. The game where you play as Delta Squad, 4 Republic Commandos embarking on covert special ops missions during the Clone Wars. This here is Scorch. He's in the Bad Batch.
This one looks like your mother.
Even though we get no mention of his name, but his armor is clearly the same. Also, I just need to say right from the start, the dude tanks like 4 stun blasts before he goes down. What an absolute beast. Just taking it. No worries for Scorch. So, how did he get here? Why is he on this planet? And will the other members of Delta Squad show up in the Bad Batch? And will we finally get to see what happened to Sev? I'm still so sad. Oh man, that Republic Commando ending. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Alright, so today's video is sponsored by Infinite Lagrange, a new sci-fi space simulation game which allows you to explore the galaxy and venture into the unknown. Like the unknown regions. Maybe we can go visit Calculated Kestis on Ilum. That's in the unknown regions, right? The game allows you to go exploring for treasures and secrets hidden on faraway planets and eventually develop and grow your base to create an entire fleet of ships. Basically, so you can one day aspire to be like Lando at the Battle of Exegol, just bringing literally every ship in the galaxy to hell. But you can also attack or be attacked by other players and form alliances with other fleets to take down a larger enemy, channeling Lando here. You're also able to interact with NPCs from different backgrounds throughout the galaxy, one of many cool background settings. The latest update, titled Incursion from Privateer, also just went live, featuring new capital ships equipped with a giant siege railgun for taking out larger targets, like the Death Star laser built onto the front of the ship. You can battle against these privateer fleets and then customize your own Incursion fleet to conquer and explore the galaxy. Best of all, the game is free, available now on iOS, Android, and PC. Check out the game using the link in the description and follow their Facebook and Discord for the latest updates. So during the episode titled War Mantle, the Bad Batch make their way to the planet Daro to rescue Rex's old friend Gregor, the Commando. The writers are clearly setting up the events of Star Wars Rebels because Rex and Gregor obviously meet up and Wolf's there as well. And in this episode, along the way, they need to infiltrate this new Imperial facility, which is being guarded by 50 clone commandos and 1,000 TK troopers. Gregor tells the Bad Batch that he and the commandos were brought here to train the new recruits. So the commandos were responsible for training the stormtroopers. Interesting. Obviously didn't do a very good job because, I mean, the commandos are like the most competent clones and stormtroopers are clueless. And as they're making their escape, they run into this guy here, Clone Commando Scorch, or RC-1262. This guy is one of the original Clone Commandos, one of the characters who inspired the creation of Gregor and all those who followed, even the Bad Batch. Now, for a little background, back when Disney bought Star Wars in 2012, they removed Republic Commando from the official canon. The game fell into the Star Wars Legends category, meaning that in the official Star Wars timeline, Delta Squad wouldn't exist. However, Dave Filoni and the writers of the Clone Wars were huge fans of Republic Commando, so I've heard. They loved it, still getting references to it. So in 2011, in the season 3 episode Witches of the Mist, these guys showed up, solidifying their place in Star Wars canon. And there he is. That's Scorch in the Clone Wars, and now he's here in the Bad Batch. Same armor, same dude, same everything. So, will we be seeing more of him and get to meet the other members of Delta Squad in the new show? Well, once he wakes up after taking the 4 stun blasts, dude, he's fine, just walks it off, no worries. Anyway, he apprehends Hunter, who falls literally hundreds of meters and somehow survives. The dude should have broken every bone in his body. Bang, 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 he's dead. Just gets up, stands there. Don't say his armor saved it. No, he should be dead. Anyway, I'm glad he's alive, but Scorch is here and he's one of the commandos involved in actually capturing Hunter. And I'm assuming he's one of the higher ranked commandos, considering he's the only one with different armor. All the other commandos in this episode just have the white armor with the blue visor. It's like the stock standard one we had in Battlefront 2. Okay, so because Scorch had such a prominent yet silent role in this episode, I think the chances of seeing him again are pretty high. It looks like, you know, Hunter's going to be stuck on Daro for a while and the Bad Batch will likely return with Gregor and Rex for a rescue mission. So I think it's also really likely we'll eventually get to see the other members of Delta Squad make an appearance, because if there are 50 clone commandos stationed here responsible for training the new clone replacements, then why would they separate Delta Squad? Why would the Empire be like, yeah, boss, you go here, we're going to put Scorch here on Daro, and then we're going to send Fixer elsewhere, and we still don't know what happened to Sev. Please tell us. You'd assume they were all assigned to the same location, right? The fact there are so many clone commandos, 50, stationed here is a big deal. Clone commandos were first mentioned in Attack of the Clones.
Sir, I have 5 special commando units awaiting your order, sir.
And this tied directly into the game. The first mission is on Geonosis during the battle we see in Attack of the Clones. But since the game, we've hardly seen the commandos in action. They made this appearance in the Clone Wars, and then there was the episode with Gregor, and then we got the Bad Batch arc in Season 7, and now the Bad Batch series. Technically, the Bad Batch are clone commandos, but they're more of a specialized unit because of their genetic mutations. They're defective clones, which is also mentioned in this episode. Having a little laugh about it. Ooh, defective clones. But what you might not have realized is that these commandos are no longer Republic commandos. They're Imperial commandos, which is kind of a big deal because as far as I know, we're yet to actually see the Imperial commandos make an appearance in Star Wars canon. So I guess this is the first appearance, but in Star Wars Legends, Imperial commandos were kind of like Inquisitors. They were assigned to special ops missions such as hunting down Jedi who survived Order 66. A lot of people think this is what Delta Squad ended up having to do following Order 66. It was their mission and their orders to go hunt some Jedi, and I think it's possible we could see some of this explored in the Bad Batch. Perhaps Delta Squad will be tasked with hunting down the Bad Batch. Wouldn't that be epic? And then we'll get a Delta Squad spin-off series. Yeah, let's just transition to that. Everyone wants it. And what's so cool about this is that there was actually going to be an Imperial Commando video game before it was cancelled. Oh, always the worst. But Republic Commando was originally going to have a sequel titled Imperial Commando, where you'd play as Delta Squad and experience their transition into the Empire. Very little is actually known about the game as it was cancelled way back in 2005 before the original Republic Commando had even been released, but it would have likely had you hunting down Jedi and exacting the will of the Empire. This was one of 2 ideas anyway. The other was to be a game in which you'd go searching for Sev, our fallen brother. There's been no justice for Republic Commando fans, has there? The game ends so abruptly with a cliffhanger and we have no idea what happened to Sev. Is he still out there somewhere? Brother, where are you? Republic Commando was so unique because it showed a grittier side of Star Wars, something we really haven't seen much of in other Star Wars games. Would Disney make a game like this now? I'm not so sure, but with Bad Batch focusing so much on clone commandos, I really hope we see a lot more of them in future. People have been talking about a Republic Commando 2 for years. We haven't really seen any indication that EA or Disney or anyone would make a sequel or a remake, but I'm sure they're aware of just how popular these characters are. Scorch being in the Bad Batch is evidence of that. And I've seen a lot of people saying that Scorch is just making a cameo in the Bad Batch, that this is, all we're going to see him, that he's probably just going to appear in this episode and that'll be it. Though I personally don't think that's the case. Why introduce a background character who has such a broad backstory to the series if they have no intention of including him and Delta Squad in future episodes? There's just so much more to explore, and I feel like they wouldn't want to waste the opportunity unless they have other plans for these characters somewhere down the track. Sev, brother! What if Delta Squad eventually defect just like Gregor has? I mean, they're all here on Daro together. It's a huge possibility, right? And they defy their Order 66 programming and then ask the Bad Batch to help them search for Sev. Let's make that season 2. That'd be a great side story. What if all the commandos get together and help Rex form his little rebellion? Then we get to Star Wars Rebels. We'll see what happens. But I'd love to know if you think we'll be seeing more of Delta Squad, and what do you think happened to Sev? Also, I'll likely have my full breakdown of this episode of the Bad Batch out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, you can watch one of these videos here and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for lots more Star Wars gaming news updates, Bad Batch news as soon as it happens, and everything else. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.